Hi, Pause. Heartiest thanks and warm greetings for listening to me on my Shundipish Astrology YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the astrological odds that has remained untold so long. Pulse, tonight I'm going to astrologize the most significant house in a natal chart, that is the second house. Okay, let's start from the fact what second house signifies. First of all, second house signifies our mouth, our intake habit, what or how or what kind of food we'll eat. Second house signifies the right eye, right one, and the entire mouth, the tooth, tongue, gum, the speech of the native. It is also for this reason second house has ultimate control over the speaking ability of the native through which he or she interacts with others in the society he or she is existing in. And again, it is also for this reason that second house has utmost control over the vocal cord of our body. Now, second house also signifies the wealth and bank balance of the family background of the native. Again, second house represents the family background, the initial education, the education before schooling, the motherly education, the education that a child receives from his or her first guru, the moral and the cultural values which the native infests in him with consequent behavioral attitude towards the society he or she is existing in. Now let's get into the professions which second house may refer. As second house indicates the bank balance and wealth, so any kind of financial organizations involved in handling transaction of money such as bank or other organizations and so on are the spheres of the professions referred by the second house for the natives. Again, as second house indicates the intake habit of a particular native, so any kind of food industries like hotel industries, restaurant industries, food chains, beverage industries fall under the control of second house. Now again, as second house controls the speaking ability of the native, the spheres, the creative spheres where vocal cord matters the most, such as recitation of poems or singing, are the spheres of the professions related by the second house. No one can ever succeed in the fields of in the music industries without a strong second house in their particular natal chart. Again, as second house also indicates the spheres of professions where speaking capability matters the most. I mean to say that famous people or even orators who influence the mass through their speech fall under the control of the second house. Now, to understand second house very simply and precisely and with deeper insight, you have to take second house as the hard disk of the system of your existence. The software, the software of our bodily existence on this Maya runs from the data. The data, I'm talking of the data that you have stored in the hard disk of that second house, earned through the dates from your previous birth. Hence, okay, so all the programming, initial education, upbringing, moral and cultural values leading to the development of the behavioral attitude towards the society the native is existing in are referred by the second house and the lordship planet of that concerned house. Hence, hence, it will be no exaggeration to state that second house is our family background, is our family, is our initial education, is our upbringing. how a child, how a child, or what will a child eat at the time of his or her birth, the upbringing of that concerned child, where and what kind of education, what level of education the child will receive depends entirely on the family background and the financial condition of that concerned family. Now, the most interesting thing, the most ironical thing about that is that we have no control over the choice of our family background. Do we have any choice regarding the family in which we are going to get birth in? No, we have no choice. Only Nemesis has. So, a good family background for a native is entirely because of the auspicious deeds done in the previous birth. That's for sure. Now, second house provides sustenance, persistence, and growth to the house from which it is positing second in a natal chart. Now, let's understand this from the perspective of ascendant. What is ascendant? Ascendant is the first house in a particular natal chart, representing our very self, our very soul, representing our very us. It is the very us. And it will get persistence, sustenance, and growth from the house positing next to the ascendant. That means it will get sustenance towards growth from the second house. Now, what a baby will require at the time of his or her birth? It will require food to survive and a family to be taken which will take care of it. Now, the child has no control over such needs. He or she will have to depend entirely on his or her family for the supply of food, for the care that a tender baby requires the most. During the entire phase of life, we depend on the second house. Even at the time of aging or at the time of death, that is leaving this world of Maya, how or whether the native will welcome death in the care of his loved ones, feeling ultimate bliss that our Mother Earth has in offer for all her children, or or whether the native will seek death as a respite to the punishment in utter loneliness with the realization of the mistakes he or she has done throughout his or her lifespan depends again entirely on the family of that concerned native. So it can rightly be said that the entire track of the train of existence on this Maya depends entirely on the second house. So, such is the significance of the second house, bearing the responsibility of providing food, wealth, and family background. The three things without which it is really very hard, even next to impossible to imagine of to think of life. Life can never be thought of without these three things. Again, you can excel your third house, that is skills, your effort, the fourth house, your luxury, your happiness, the fifth house, your education, higher education, but you have no control on your second house, on your family background, on the family bliss. Only Nemesis has, and Nemesis can never be denied. So, Pearls, never get afraid of anything while living on this Maya. Never ever, there is nothing to get afraid of while living on this Maya. The only thing that you need to take care of, the only thing you have to be afraid of is your karma fal, is your prarabdh. Prarabdh means the accumulated results of the deeds that you have been underdoing or that you had done in your previous birth. No stone, I am assuring you this, no stone or gems can serve as a remedy to the punishment Nemesis is giving you. It is only your patience and your attitude to work harder for the betterment of this Mother Earth which can provide you with a healthy solution. And that is the sole purpose, the only purpose of our arrival on this Maya, of our getting birth on this earth, our mother. But quite ironically, we forget our sole purpose of arriving on this Maya, on this mother earth at the instantly at the time of arrival. Now let's understand this practically. At the time of birth, a baby cries, and till the baby cries wholeheartedly, it is not confirmed that the baby has taken birth. As far as doctors are concerned, they just keep on trying to make the baby cry. Why do they do such things? They try to make the baby cry because until the baby cries, okay, let's take it in this way, that baby cries at the time of their birth because at the time of their birth it forgets the sole purpose, the very purpose of its arrival on this Maya. So till you cry, your heart won't start functioning. That means you won't start living on this Maya. It is for this reason babies cry at the time of their birth, because they forget everything about the mistakes he had done in his previous birth, everything about the purpose of his or her coming or arrival on this Maya. And with this cry, the heart starts beating and we start living. Now, the very question stands: why nemesis makes us forget everything about the sole purpose of our arrival at the instantly at the time of arrival? Why nemesis does this? And why Volanath, Lord Shiva, the Aghori? Aghori means for whom there is nothing serious. Why Volanath does not make us remember during your very lifespan the sole purpose of our arrival on this Maya? Is it because that Volanath does not want us to make this earth, to make our mother a better place to live in? Is it because that Volanath does not want this Mother Earth to become a better place to live in through our deeds, leading to the freedom from this world of Maya, the ultimate happiness of the soul, the moksha? When Volanath gives us everything unshot, gives us everything, gives us all the material abundance, gives us all the material bliss very easily, even with a shorter prayer, even unshort, even things we do not seek, things that make us happy. He does not care little about giving such things. So why Volnut does not give us such things? It is because that all the souls are free to choose what they want. And Volnath very much respects the freedom of every soul. It is for this reason, it is for the reason that we do not seek the ultimate bliss from Bhulnath. We do not seek the ultimate awareness from him, because we tend to stay engrossed in the material pursuits, in adopting shortcuts, without caring a little even for the perspective of Mother Nature, for the betterment of Mother Nature. And as a result, we keep on wandering like a vagabond through the life cycle in this world of Maya. Now, let's try to go deeper, though I'll not speak a lot about that, because there is even 7 days will not be enough if we start speaking on this topic. Let's understand moksha shortly and precisely to make you understand the fact with deeper insight. The significance of second house is deeper insight. Moksha is not about taking sannyas. It is about doing the right in the right way, leading to the attainment of the ultimate bliss this Mother Earth has been offering for all her children, all her souls, all the souls. All the souls, remember, till you become happy with things, you won't be able to live. So, moksha, so just try to understand that till you are not becoming happy with the material bliss that Mother Earth has been offering, you will not be able to nourish in yourself the desire permanently for departing from this Mother Earth. So It is the attainment of the unimaginable, the unthought material bliss that is related with moksha. Now, let's understand how a particular house, as I've told you earlier, that second house serves persistence, sustenance, and growth of the house from which it is proceeding second. So now let's understand how a particular house provides sustenance, persistence, and thereby growth to a house from which it is proceeding second in a particular natal chart. Okay, let's start with ascendant. Okay, we have already understood ascendant a little earlier. So let's start with the second house. Second house is our family background, is our education, initial education, is our wealth. So it will get persistence and growth from the third house. Third house symbolizes our skill, our bravery, our effort, our indomitable spirit to keep on working harder and harder, our never to give up attitude to work harder. So the family background, so the family bliss, wealth, family wealth, and family upbringing will get persistence and sustenance through the courage and skill and effort from the third house. Now let's understand third house. Third house will get in a similar way persistence and sustenance and growth from the fourth house. Fourth house symbolizes our family, our mother, our family bliss, our pleasure, our happiness. So our skills, our effort, our bravery, our courage will get persistence, will get sustenance in the midst of motherly care, family bliss. Because without a good family, a native, it is hard for a native to find the impetuosity, to find the indomitable zeal within the very self to work harder, to maintain that sort of still strong of attitude to never to give up. Again, the family bliss, the motherly care, the family assets will get persistence and sustenance and growth from higher education, that is referred again by the fifth house. Again, the knowledge earned through the higher education from the fifth house will get persistence and sustenance and growth from the hardworking attitude, from the never to give up attitude, from the competitive skills to win in the struggle of existence leading to victory from the sixth house. Now, again, the hard work, the never to give up attitude, the competitive skills leading to the accomplishment of victory, of the knowledge gathered from the fifth house will get persistent sustenance after a certain stage of life from your spouse, from the support of your spouse, and that is referred by the seventh house. Seventh house is second from the sixth house. So here I am trying to make you understand how every house is getting sustenance and persistence from its next house, from its second house. So we have moved so far till up to seventh house, from up to the house of support from the spouse. Now again understand that the support from the spouse and the competitive skills leading to the victory to materialize at, sorry, let's take it in this way: the support from the spouse and the lifespan required for the materialization of the victory earned from the competitive skills from the sixth house will get persistence, will get sustenance, will get growth from the eighth house. The house of the in laws getting persistence to the support of the spouse, and the house of the death, house of lifespan, how or how long the native will survive on this world of Maya, will make, will give space for the victory, and from the sixth house with the support from the seventh house to materialize at. Again, eighth house is the house of the occult, is the house of the spirituality, is the house of the religious incline, is the house of the unknown, is the house of the secret, the house having its full control on the hand of the Almighty, will get its persistence and sustenance and growth from the rewards, from the luck waiting at the ninth house, the from the year further. Again, again, the luck, the rewards to your auspicious deeds done in your previous birth will get sustenance, will get persistence, will grow from your deeds, from your karma, referring from the 10th house, the house of deeds. Again, the rewards of your karma that you have done from the 10th house will get sustenance, will get persistence, will get growth from the material gains, from the profits, I mean to say accumulation of money, awaiting you at the 11th house. So your the reward of your karma, your deeds will survive through the struggle of existence on this world of Maya through the material grains provided to you from the house of profits, from the 11th house. Again, all the material grains that you have accumulated so far, all the profits from the 11th house will get sustenance, will get persistence, will get growth from your submission, from your sense of spirituality, from your submission to the Almighty, from your submission to Volanath at the 12th house. Again, your submission to the 12th house, your submission in the 12th house, your submission to Bholanath will persist, will get sustained, and will grow and grow and grow, leading to the accomplishment of moksha, the ultimate bliss of the soul, the ultimate freedom of the soul from this world of Maya, only from your choice, only if you choose. And the sustenance and the persistence and the growth of the submission to the Almighty will grow only if you want, leading to the attainment of moksha. That means it will depend, or it will get sustenance, persistence, and growth only from the ascendant house, because ascendant is our very self, is our choice. If we do not choose, if you want to consume, if you do not want to get detachment from this world of Maya, the submission to the Almighty will break sooner or later, and will again keep on wandering like a vagabond in this world of Maya through the cycles of life. So it depends, it is completely up to the souls whether they want to taste the bliss of the ultimate freedom, the moksha, or to get engrossed in the material pursuits Nemesis has to offer in this world of Maya for the Rahu, the Ravan. But I am assuring you also that whatever may be your choice on both the roads, Lord Shiva Bholenath will respect your choice and will fulfill your wishes, will give according as your wishes. So now let's sum up. So such is the significance of the second house, and if you understand it completely, no other house will be required to be taken into notice of to predict a birth chart, to predict the lifespan of a native, because in this way, from the very ascendant to the 12th house, every houses are getting sustenance and persistence and growth from the houses positing next to it, and it determines the entire cycle of the natal chart. So you can predict the entire natal chart, you can get an access to the entire natal chart only with the realization of the second house. Now, if this video has helped you to enrich your insight into the aspects of Vedic Hindu astrology, into the arts of Vedic Hindu astrology, exploring the things that have remained unheard, remain untold, please hit the like button and do consider subscribing my channel. You may also consider visiting my web page describing the significance of the second house with image based description, or you may also consider joining my Facebook page to stay updated about the upcoming videos. Again, heartiest thanks and warm greetings from the deepest core of my heart for listening to me on my Shandipish Astrology YouTube channel, and I'll keep on coming with a lot more such exciting videos. That's a promise from this very tender heart. Thank you.